Hello friends, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to my channel. I want to share another hobby with you guys. So you're going to see a lot of this on this channel. I like tiny things. I do. I like small crafts, small things. I have many collections of a lot of things. Let me know if you want to see that. Just to give you a sneak of what I mean, I have a mini makeup collection where all the products are mini. I have a mini, various mini crafts, mini junk journals. This video is going to be my mini watercolors. I also have mini, I'm drawing a blank now. What did I say? Junk journals. I have, mini perfume collection. It's a lot of them. I have a mini like mini travel items, things that go in your purse kind of collection, a mini purse collection. I do. I like mini things, mini functional things that work. I have one little shelf of like the mini brands books, but they don't really do anything. So like I don't really collect in like the mini brands and those kind of things because they're not like, yeah, I like things that work. So anyway, just wanted to share that little fun fact because you'll be seeing other things. But I thought I wanted to share, I'd share my mini watercolor situation with you in this video. So I have a mini watercolor kit that I put together probably like 2 years ago. I absolutely love it. And I wanted to show you everything that's in it. I think I showed this on my TikTok already, but I wanted to show you everything that was in it and show you some of the mini watercolors that I have done that I can find because now I finally started putting them in something, keeping them somewhere. So let's get into it. So the mini watercolor kit is in this little caboodle. This caboodle came from the Dollar Tree. $1.25 came from the Dollar Tree. And it fits everything I need to do watercolors and travel with it. Now, this is a caboodle, so I wouldn't pack this in something. Like, it'd be nice to have maybe like something that zips up or something soft that more travel friendly, but whatever. I don't really travel with it. I just like to make mini paintings at home. All right, so I'm going to open it up, show you what I got in here. This is one I'm working on, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But the clipboard, I carry a mini clipboard so I can clip my paper and tape it down. That kind of thing. You need that if you don't have a good surface for it. You don't have a good surface for it. So I've been painting my mini paintings on watercolor paper, and I just cut my watercolor paper. I have like these little mini pads. I'll just show you. This is the size pad that I have, and I cut this in 4s and make my mini watercolor paper. That's what I use. And so I keep them in this little mini pouch to keep them nice and dry and neat and clean. So I cut them, and this is the size of them. This is what they look like, these little mini watercolor papers. Keep that in there. All right. I also have, as we dig through, because it makes sense to talk about things. I haven't used this yet, actually. This is a book. This is a mini watercolor book. I think it came from Temu. And this is watercolor paper as well, but I haven't done my first painting in there. I gotta get on that. I do prefer like the just individual pages I tape, but this, yeah. So I have this book. Like I said, it came from like Temu. Yeah. Oh, let's get my life together. Okay. And then I have quite a bit of brushes. Let's just go into that. There's a lot in here. It holds a lot. So I have a lot of brushes. This pack, I don't know. I don't know where I got these. Maybe Amazon. So you're doing small paintings. You need like smaller tipped brushes for sure. And so I have quite a bit of brushes. I do. Hopefully everything is in frame because I'm still, okay, yeah, everything looks good. And then I have a couple brushes that hold water themselves. So water is something that's like, okay, you're doing watercolor, you're going to need water. I have a few different things that handle like my water situation. So here are 3 pens, the brush pens. Brush pens? Yeah, brushes. They hold water. They have water in them. And so you can use these as different tips. This is my biggest tip. So this one's like backgrounds, things like that. Then we have a couple smaller tipped ones in the water. It's in the pen. Okay. Paper towels. Cut up some paper towels, small. I don't make as much of a mess with tiny watercolors, but you still need paper towels. So I keep paper towels in there. That makes sense. We'll do the paints last. I have two types of paints in here. Washi tape. We use washi tape to, I have 3 rolls in here. I don't know why I have so much. I don't really need it. But use these to tape down my paper. I tape it down to my clipboard. Why do I have 3? I don't, that's just, but also actually no, the different widths, if I want to use the tape in art. Like, I don't have a mini painting of it yet. I actually have a larger painting of like a street light kind of thing, like a street lamp. You know what I'm saying? Where is that? Anyway, yeah. I have a palette. This is a paint palette. Mix things, do things. Paint palette. Makes sense, doesn't it? All right. Okay. All right. I also have some clips. These little teeny binder clips. You can use these for 2 different purposes. The first one, well, I guess multiple purposes, but 2 for me for sure. It's to clip the book, to clip like your page open like that when you're about to paint. Or you can clip your paper down to your clipboard, which makes a lot of sense, right? Okay. And then let's get into the other tools. I hope it's still in frame. It keeps dropping down, but I think it's fine. We'll get into the other tools. This is the container where I put some water in. So this is like my water cup. This is my water cup here. And I use this as like a little mini palette. So we use that, just a little tin. Like I said, you don't need a lot for mini watercolor. Here's a sponge, details, dry your brush out, various things. But I cut this sponge. It was a bigger sponge. And I cut it. And so I have a little piece of sponge. And you could also rip this off if you want to do details for things as well in your kit. That's up to you. This needs to be refilled, but this is a teeny tiny, this is a spray bottle. So depending on the painting, you can spray your watercolor paper. You can paint on your watercolor paper wet or dry. It depends on the painting, depends on the effect you're going for. But you can spray, I need to fill this, but you can spray your paper. And this is a little small spray bottle to spray my paper if I need to spray my paper. And here's the water. This is what I hold the water in. This is all the water I would need. Well, and I have water in those brushes, but this is all the water I would need to probably do like 2 or 3 paintings. Yeah, and I just fill this up and I'll use this to put in my water. I use the dropper to put some water in here, put some water on the palette, and that's easy. Leak-proof glass bottle, dropper bottle. That's how I carry the water. You can get water from anywhere, so if you want to refill it. I also have a pencil to sketch things. I don't have a pencil sharpener in here. I need to sharpen this, but I have a pencil to sketch things. And then I also have a wax crayon to, if I don't want paint on an area of the paper, I have a wax crayon. Okay. And then finally for paint, my main paints, they're dry. This is watercolor. So the paints can dry out. They can be super dry and you just wet them. So this little container came from, I think like Temu. Some of them are super dry. It's ugly because it's used. But I just squeezed some of my watercolors from out of my tubes into here. And these work still just fine. Before I'm about to paint, what I do is I take my little spray bottle and spray the entire surface of this. And if I, a color, super dry, I spray a little bit more and then I use my brush and put it on the palette. It works just fine. It's watercolor. If you ever worked with watercolor, you know exactly what I mean when I say it's fine. So I need to refill some of them though. Some dried and fell out and that's a different issue, but. And so this little thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is this? 6 times 4, 24. Again, Temu, maybe Amazon. I don't remember years ago. And squeeze some in. I have multiples of white, multiples of black, but then, yeah, different colors, and it works. It works really well. So that is that. And then I got this set from Temu. No, Amazon. This is pearlescent metallic watercolors. And this is perfect. This will last me for plenty, hundreds of mini watercolor paintings. I haven't used these yet, but this is a little mini metallic paint set. And I thought it was super adorable. It was about $7. I've tested them, like swatched them, and they look beautiful. And so I want to add these into some paintings for details and things like that. But I absolutely love it. So I have metallics here and then some other colors. And that is the mini watercolor kit, and everything packs back in. And don't worry, I'm going to show you my paintings as promised. So everything packs in pretty good. And there's room to spare. If I wanted to organize this even better, I absolutely could. I absolutely could. Hang on. Throw everything in. Carry that with us. Like that. And then the clipboard goes on top. So this painting I'm working on, if you guys are familiar with the board game Dice Throne, I love the board game Dice Throne. I discovered it at Gen Con, I believe, PAX, one of my gaming conventions I go to. And the first box I played was a Barbarian and Moon Elf, and the Barbarian was my favorite character. He was my favorite. I have so many now versions of Dice Throne, so many characters. I don't know if I have a favorite anymore, but I'm really good. I roll really well, and the Barbarian would do damage. And so and these are like their card sleeves. So I bought card sleeves for the game. And I thought this would be a good painting. I'm just doing his face. I didn't do his, so I'm not doing all that. I just wanted more of a blown up of his face. And so this is the first, I sketched him first, and then this is the first layer of paint. This is the first layer of paint. He's not done. We got to do some more layering of him. So bear with me, but this is, and I'm just looking at it and doing the best I can, but this is the first layer. And then I'm going to add more depth and stuff to him as we go. But, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to pull his hair down, put some more there. But anyway, that's the one I'm working on. Most of my mini paintings I do in a sitting. If I wanted to look a little bit better, then I take my time. But that is my little kit, and I'm gonna show you some of the other mini ones I've done. I've done quite a bit of them, but like I can't find them. I started putting them in here. I'll find them. They're somewhere. I have all of my larger watercolors, and I can share those with you. Maybe as a bonus at the end of this video, I'll share some of my paintings. Anyway, this is the mini. This is like a money thing, a savings thing. I got it, again, Temu or Amazon. And it's like you put your money in like a savings thing. It works perfectly for my mini watercolors. And these are the ones that I have kept track of. Let's make sure I'm in frame here because I think this is too good not to share. So this is, I like landscapes. I like silhouettes and shadows and stuff. I'm not the best painter at all. I just enjoy it. And another thing, like when you go small, you can get it done in one sitting, and it makes me feel better. Like I finished a project. Everything doesn't have to be big. This is my little tractor and a pumpkin patch. Flowers, of course. You can never go wrong. You can never go wrong with painting flowers. And if I fill this up, I can just put another picture like back to back. This, I saw this technique. I forgot where I saw it. I don't know. Instagram, TikTok, where you do blobs of a color on the paper and then see what you can turn those into. And something like that. And I turned mine into girls, into dancing girls, the best I could. There's a blue one, and she cute. Okay, I gave her a purse, and then this one. Yeah, I thought those were cute. And now this is like my favorite painting to do. I'm working on one for my mother in giant poster paper, but I like to draw a tree. I like to paint a tree. I like to paint trees, and I like to paint the same tree in various seasons. And so I did that. So here's the tree in spring. There's a bunny, and I put a bench there. So like I like to put something else in the shot so you can kind of see. Just you'll see what I mean. I love painting. I've done this picture probably. I did it on like tiles with like alcohol inks before. I just love a tree in all 4 seasons. I will do that picture over and over and over again. So that's the picture in spring, and then we have it in summer. And then we have it in fall with the leaves. Isn't that cute? And then we have it in winter. Isn't that cool? I think it is. I'm proud of myself. Thank you very much. This was kind of abstract. It's supposed to be like night sky, starry night sky. Don't ask me what that. Maybe it's the ocean. I don't know. I'm just going off of vibes with that picture. And then this was a technique I was trying, painting backwards to front. It was a technique I saw from a lady I watch on, is it TikTok, an artist, and I was just practicing something, but that's also fun. It doesn't have to be, yeah. And here's what I was saying in terms of like the street light. I did do a mini one. Okay. In terms of like that street light, like with washi tape, I use that to block that off. I love this picture, a little alien abduction going on in the middle of the field at night. So I thought that was cool. And those are the ones that I have in here. Now, as a bonus, I am going to share some other paintings that I've done. So let me see if I can frame that up. That tree. So this is the biggest I paint, is going to be 12 by 12. It's a big square. Oh yeah, I can get it in the frame. So I love painting that tree. So see what I mean? This is all watercolor, washi tape to block it off, but I love painting that tree. I will never get tired of it. So I thought that was cool. I also like silhouettes. Like I said, I like things like that. So this is an elephant and a tree. I painted that. Isn't that pretty? I think so. I do. This was my attempt at like a galaxy nebula situation. I really like this picture. I really like this painting. Here is like a classic still life. Classic. All right, and then I'm going largest to small, I guess. Here is some leaves on a beach situation. I don't know. Okay. I have a little flower with a ladybug on it. Hope you guys are being nice. Have a pond reflection kind of thing. I don't know. Fireflies. Not really good at explaining my art. I thought that this is one of my favorites. This is Winter Cabin. This is, just look at it. This is a street in a storm. It's not my best. It's not, I like it. I really do, but I also can do it better. I want to try again. I can do it better. Okay. Here's another like galaxy. This is more forest. I have some trees at the bottom. All right, we're getting smaller. We're getting smaller. We're getting a lot smaller. Don't ask me what these flames were. I think I was playing. I don't know. Don't ask. We're not going to talk about it. And then some more easy landscapes again. Oh, that was kind of ripped. That's okay. I love a good warm sky, some shadows. Love that. Here's a meadow and a bunny. Here we go. And then I did a mountain thing. This get me into, I was channeling my inner Bob Ross with this picture. I thought it looked cool. And then finally, here's another street light with a kitty in a city. Please be nice. That's my other art that I have kept track of. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.